What's going on, everybody? Jason here, and today I've got this nice looking 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon, but this is not any ordinary Rubicon, it's the Xtreme Recon edition. And if you take a look at it from far away, it looks like just a regular Rubicon, but when you get up close, you'll start noticing the little bits and pieces that are only exclusive to the Xtreme Recon edition. And the Xtreme Recon package is only available on the Unlimited Rubicons, not on any other Jeep Wrangler, just only for the Unlimited Rubicons. And if you're not planning on getting the Xtreme Recon package, then of course you can get other trim levels. Obviously, when it comes to the Jeep Wrangler lineup, you can get the 2 doors, 4 doors, and a bunch of different ones in between. But I'm going to be focusing mainly on the Unlimited Rubicon with the Recon package, so let's get right into it. Starting things off in the front, you can see, like I was mentioning before, this looks exactly like any other normal Unlimited Rubicon. You can see this one does have just the regular bumpers. You can obviously get these upgraded to the steel bumpers, and you've got your fog lights, just the regular halogen ones, and even your regular halogen headlamps, which you can upgrade if you need to LED ones. And then the upgraded option that you have on this, as you may have noticed, is the satin black Mopar grille, which I think looks really nice on any of the Jeeps that you can get this on. It just breaks out everything and it just makes it look way cleaner. And of course, you've got the traditional red Rubicon hooks, which is iconic to Rubicons. You got the 2 in the front and then 1 in the back, of course. And also on the hood, which is distinctive to the Rubicons, is the 2 slots on the hood. Now, this is not functional, it's just for show. It would be cool if it was functional, but unfortunately it is not. It is just for show, but aesthetically it still looks very nice. And of course, this one also has the upgraded body colored fender flares, which I think is a must-have on any Jeep. Again, it depends how much you're looking to spend altogether with the options and stuff, but I think it just looks way nicer with the body colored fender flares. And speaking of fender flares, you'll also notice that this is a little bit different compared to a regular Rubicon. And this is part of the Xtreme Recon package, which will give you wheel flare extensions on all 4 corners, of course, of the fender flares. So this is a nice little unique touch just because you do get 35-inch tires, of course. Now, if you take a look at the Rubicon from the side view, you can really see the distinctive difference from a regular one compared to the Xtreme Recon package, which obviously, like I mentioned, gives you the 35-inch tires with the 17-inch beadlock capable wheels, which just look very unique on any kind of a Jeep, especially being a Rubicon. It's already ready, to take off those off-road adventures, but with this, you can just take it to the extreme and it just looks really nice. And also, because this particular one has the Recon package and it has the 35-inch tires, it's also got the 35-inch tire suspension, which it would need obviously to fit those tires on there. So this one does have a 1.5-inch lift from the standard Rubicons. And also, what you get with the Xtreme Recon package is the performance 4-wheel anti-lock disc brakes, and also your rear axle ratio jumps up from the normal 4.10 to 4.56. And also, as for the front axle, you get the Dana M210 wide HD tube front axles, which of course is needed when it comes to the 35-inch Xtreme Recon package. Again, there's other touches that come with the Xtreme Recon package, which I'll touch is on the rear, but from the side, that's pretty much it. What it looks like, it's just, like I mentioned again and again, just a regular Rubicon. And of course, just like I was mentioning, the red hooks in the front, you've also obviously got the Rubicon decal with the red outlining, and also the Jeep on the side there, and the little trail rated badge also in red. And this particular Rubicon does have the upgraded Sky One Touch power top. Now, if you didn't choose anything for as a top option, you'll just get the soft Sunrider option, or you can get the black hardtop, the body color, or this one that you're looking at, which is the Skytop option. And I think it just looks really nice. And now, heading over to the rear of the Rubicon, Rubicon, you can see again everything exactly the same other than that 35-inch massive tire with the 17-inch bead locks, and other than obviously having your backup camera on the rear spare tire as well. If you look to the right of that, because again you have the Xtreme Recon package, you're also going to get the Mopar tire relocation kit along with the Mopar hinge gate reinforcement, which is the part that you see in black on the right hand side of the wheel. In the rear, of course, you also got your regular tail lamps, not the LED ones. You can, however, obviously upgrade just like the front ones. You got your tow hook at the back, of course, and then just your black bumper. And this particular one does not have all of these safety features. That's why you'll not notice it having any of the backup sensors or anything like that. However, you can get it in the advanced safety group. If we go ahead and open up the tailgate here, you can see you've got a decent amount of room to put, whatever you need, especially if you're going off-roading or just your regular day driving or life. Even if you're not taking it off-roading. And of course, you can fold down the rear seats to get a little bit more room. But regardless of that, you still have a good amount of room. And of course, you've got a 12-volt adapter back here. And this particular one also has the upgraded 9 Alpine speaker system. Obviously, you see the subwoofer back here, and it just sounds really nice. And if we go ahead and lift this section up, you've just got a little bit of room to put small little items underneath here. And as for the Jeep Rubicon key, it's very traditional to any other Jeep. You've got your nice looking key fob here with the unlock, lock button, remote start, which this one has, and panic button. And on the rear, if you turn it over, you have this nice Jeep lettering in chrome. Now, this particular Rubicon also comes with the remote proximity keyless entry. So if you take a look on the front door handle here, you'll notice a little indent or a button. If you go ahead and press that, it will lock the vehicle for you. And all you have to do is just have the key next to you or near you, and you just put your hand on the handle like you're trying to open it, and it unlocks for you. And of course, when we go ahead and take a look at what powers this beast of a Rubicon with the Recon package, this particular one has the 3.6 liter V6 with the e-torque option. So it's going to give you 285 horsepower with 260 foot-pound of torque. Now, when it comes to towing, you can tow up to 3,500 pounds, but you do have other engine options such as your 2-liter turbo, 3.6 liter V6 without the e-torque, of course, and the 3-liter eco diesel option. Now, as we enter into the rear of the Rubicon, you can see it's pretty much the exact same as any other Rubicon. You've got all blacked out on the door trim along with that red stitching, of course, which is distinctive to the Rubicon lineup. And right underneath, you've got a little bit of netting there to put small little items. And that's pretty much it. And as for the interior itself, now you can see, like I mentioned, it's just like any other Rubicon, but this one obviously has the full leather seats with that nice red stitching. And of course, the rear seats are comfortable. Why wouldn't they be? Because, you want to go off-roading with your friends or just daily drive this. You want to have comfortable passengers in the rear. And in the center handrest, of course, you guessed it, you have cup holders. If you don't have anyone sitting in the center there. Also behind both the driver and passenger side, you've got this nice looking design, kind of like a diamond pattern, if you want to call it. It looks very unique, and it's particular to the Rubicon models, and you've got more of that netting underneath to put small little paperwork and whatnot. And if we take a look in the rear center console here in front of all of the seating, you've got obviously your venting, you've got your window controls in the center, you've got USB ports and a 115 volt plug. Right underneath that, you've got a little bit of space, and right below that again, you've got a little bit more space to put like a phone or a wallet or something while it's charging. And of course, just like any other Jeep out there, you've got these 2 speakers up top, which is located right in the center of the vehicle, I would say. And also, like I was mentioning in the rear, how you can put the seats down and have a little bit more room in the cargo. So right here, you can see if you put the seat down, it goes all the way down. And you can do the same thing for the other side, and you'll have a ton more room. And if we go ahead and enter into the driver's side, it's exactly like the rear. The only difference here that you'll notice pretty much is, of course, you've got your side mirror controls, you've got your lock and unlock buttons, and then you've got a bigger netting at the bottom to put obviously small little items or whatever you need to. Now, taking a look at the interior, again, you can see that beautiful black leather with the red stitching, and on the front two seats, you do get the Rubicon stitched in red as well, which is another unique touch when it comes to the Rubicons. And then of course you can see there's red everywhere. You've got the red instrument panels that go all the way across on the dashboard, red stitching on the steering wheel. It just looks very, very clean. As for what you can get in terms of the colors or the cloth or leather, with the Rubicons you can get cloth seating with black on black, or you can get the leather seats which you're looking at, which are obviously black on black you can get, or you can get black with dark saddle, which is also a unique color combo. And just like any other Jeep, the front two seats of course are manual adjustable. In front of your seating, you've got, your traditional, nothing too fancy, your foot pedals. Above that, you've got your exterior lighting with the fog light option right there, and then your dimmer as well. And then your steering wheel is manual adjustable. And once you go ahead and enter into the Rubicon, you can see on top of the dashboard, you've got more of that red stitching, and of course you've got speakers on both corners, on the passenger side and of course the driver's side as well. And as for your center gauge cluster, you can see it's surrounded by that red bezeling, which looks really, really nice. And the center gauge cluster itself is very unique to any other Jeep as well. You can see you've got your tach-meter, you've got your speed as well, and in the center you can actually go through a bunch of different options, just like pretty much any other vehicle nowadays that you can have in front of you without having to take your eyes off the road. And you can just have any type of information, off-road information or whatever it may be, just in front of you, ready to go. It's so easy and customizable. And of course, to the left of the steering wheel, you've got your indicators, high beams, and all of that. And to the right of the steering wheel, you've got controls for your front and rear windshield wipers, windshield fluid, and all of that good stuff. Also, like I was mentioning, this steering wheel is pretty unique to any other Jeep in the lineup, but also with this one, how it's a Rubicon, you've got the red stitching like I was mentioning. It just looks very, very clean. And of course, on the steering wheel itself, to the left of it, you got these controls here, obviously for the center gauge cluster that I just shown you. Next to that, you've got your Bluetooth settings, and on the right side, you've got controls for your cruise control and all of that stuff. And in the center of the steering wheel, you can't forget about that nice chrome Jeep logo. Moving over to the center handrest, it is fully leather, as you can see, and you've got more of that red stitching. It's got two sections, so if you open up the first one, you've got a small little space to put a phone or a wallet or whatever you need to do. But if you go ahead and open up the main section, it gets a little bit more deeper, and as you can see, there's a little box in here, so you can fit a good amount of stuff in there and just tuck it away. In front of all of that, you've got obviously your two cup holders, you've got your parking brake, you've got your off-road gear selector, and then your main drive gear selector as well, which all three of these things are leather wrapped. Also keep in mind, with this particular Rubicon, it has the upgraded option that you can have full-time all-wheel drive. Standard comes just the part-time, so just keep that in mind. You can get it upgraded. And if we go ahead and take a look in front of all of that gear selector stuff, you've got what's particular to the Rubicons is your sway bars, front and rear or rear only, that you can have the option to choose from. Also, you've got the off-road plus and to disconnect your sway bar. Next to that, you've got a little bit of room to put like a phone or something while you're charging it. Above that, you've got another 12-volt adapter. You've got your window controls in the center here, and then right next to that, you've got your media ports, your USB ports, aux cable, and all of that good stuff. And moving above that, you've got your regular typical temperature controls, heating and cooling, which obviously you can control from the touchscreen or you can do it from here. In terms of other stuff underneath it, you've got obviously your mute button, auto stop start button there, which you can turn on and off, traction control, hill descent control, and then screen off button as well. So very, very typical stuff that you'll find on any other vehicle. And it's just laid out right in front of you. Now, moving on to the 8.4-inch touchscreen. Now, keep in mind, this is an upgraded option. Typically, you will not get this standard. I believe it's just a 7-inch touchscreen, which is very, very tiny compared to this that you'll get, and you won't get navigation built in or anything like that. So this is the upgraded touchscreen that you can get as an extra option. Of course, it's very similar to any other Jeep and what you can do, the options it has in it. For example, you've got your media section. You can go through your AM, FM, Sirius XM. You've got your climate options, which, like I was mentioning, you can either control your heating and cooling from the touchscreen or from the actual buttons right underneath it. And then if you go into controls, you can actually go ahead and dim your mirror, look at your backup camera, and then go into settings. And if we go into apps, again, you can do a bunch of different things. You've also got your off-road pages, which displays a whole bunch of different options. So for example, you can go ahead and check out your drivetrain. It'll show your transfer case, steering angle, and all of that stuff, and let you know if your sway bars are connected, disconnected, and whatnot. You can go to your accessory gauges and also check out your pitch and roll. So a lot of cool things that you can do, especially if you're planning on taking this Rubicon or any Jeep in particular off-roading. And moving next to the app section, you've got your built-in navigation, of course. Again, very, very convenient to have. Right next to it, you've got your phone options and settings if you do have a phone connected, and then your actual settings that you can also go through the control section. So a lot of different things that you can do and customize it to your liking. And if you go ahead and take a look above the touchscreen on the dashboard, you've got little slots here to put small little items and whatnot. Your phone, wallet, again, just small little miscellaneous items that you want to put up top. Above that, you've got obviously your dimmable rear view mirror. Moving up above that, you've got your assist, SOS buttons, of course, very typical on any vehicle. Next to that, like I was mentioning, this has the one touch sky top. So one touch of a button, this whole thing just opens up and it just looks amazing. And the best part is you don't even have to lift the finger. You just press one button and it opens up for you. You don't have to strain your back or do any of that, need an extra person. So convenient. And moving over to the passenger side, of course, you can see these beautiful, beautiful leather seats with that beautiful Rubicon in red stitched in. And of course, you can see this massive, massive red panel, which is throughout the whole vehicle. Right underneath that, you've got your, your grab bar with Wrangler written on it. And that's common in every Jeep, of course. In your glove department, you don't have enough space, but a decent amount of space to put small little items, just a couple of booklets like you see here. And here is what the window sticker looks like on this 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon. Here you can see obviously the exterior color, engine option, and all of that. And then underneath that, you've got your safety features, standard equipment, and you can see it does come with a good amount of stuff. Underneath all of that, you've got your optional equipment. Now, this does have a decent amount of optional equipment. Obviously, as you can see, it's got the leather seats and all of that, but most importantly, what this video is about, this has the Xtreme Recon tire package. So you can see all the stuff there, and then it has a few other goodies like your one-touch sky roof, body color fender flares, etc, etc. And then at the bottom you see the total price. Now keep in mind this is in Canadian and it's minus any dealer discounts or any manufacturing discounts if they are being offered at the moment. And that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this beautiful 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon with the Xtreme Recon package. Do you love this package or do you hate it?